from your breaking news and weather authority. This is 13 WHAM News at 6.
Tonight, 2 convicted felons out on parole are back behind bars, accused in this week's deadly triple shooting.
The change is people need to wake up, and, you know, everybody complains about the system and this and that. Well, the people that can change it, what are you doing?
Monday's attack on Hazelwood Terrace claiming the life of a 19-year-old woman and leaving 2 teen boys in critical condition. Good evening, I'm Matt Malloy. Rochester police believe the 2 suspects may have been involved in other shootings around Rochester. 21-year-old Nasezire Horton and 21-year-old Quentin Riviere now charged with murder. Investigators say both men were out on parole on previous felony convictions, and Horton had been arrested and released for another incident just 19 days ago. We have team coverage tonight detailing the major break in this case as the victims' families pursue justice. Carly Miner standing by with reaction from family and friends of the 19-year-old woman killed in Monday's attack. We begin, though, with Natalie Calzatoni, who was at this morning's arraignment of those 2 suspected killers. Natalie, good evening.
Good evening, Matt. Last night, Rochester Police's SWAT team and tactical unit executed multiple search warrants and took both suspects into custody. The 2 prior convicted felons with extensive criminal history faced a judge this morning. 2 suspects are under arrest in connection with the shooting that killed 19-year-old Rukia Isaack and injured 2 other teens in Rochester's Beechwood neighborhood Monday afternoon.
It was brazen, it was violent, and not only did a young woman die, 2 other young men were seriously injured, still in the hospital.
Police executed multiple search warrants at a home on Edmonds Street that they say was being used as a gatehouse to sell cocaine and marijuana before arresting 21-year-old Nasezire Horton and 21-year-old Quentin Riviere.
Certainly a targeted attack against at least one of the 2 young men that were shot. And, you know, Miss Isaac was just walking down the sidewalk and she was hit by a stray bullet fired by the suspects.
Horton and Riviere are both charged with second-degree murder, assault, and drug possession.
We knew that this was a house that the suspects used to sell drugs. We hit it when the suspects were there, and we found over 150 vials of cocaine.
Police tell me both suspects in this case have extensive felony records and are believed to be involved in other multiple shootings in the city.
They're both on parole. So since the time they were 18, they've gotten multiple felony convictions. They've done, you know, a small amount of prison time, and they've been paroled out.
Investigators say Horton was released on parole for assault in March, and Riviere is on parole for burglary. Both have prior convictions for weapons possession. On July 24th, Horton's parole officers arrested him for allegedly riding a stolen moped. He was charged with violating parole and released from custody. Due to the prior convictions, neither is allowed to legally have a weapon. The ADA on the case says this violence is infuriating.
Violence in the city of Rochester has been skewing younger and younger for several years now. And, you know, it's sad that this has become commonplace in Rochester.
The family is pissed that somebody who should not have been out of jail was out of jail and took away their 19-year-old daughter who worked and was trying to live a normal life. They're pissed because they've been let down by the system who let a violent predicate felon, out of jail after he was just arrested.
The pair entered not guilty pleas in a Rochester City court today. A third suspect, 38-year-old Ronaldo Napier, was at the Edmonds Street home during the search and is charged with criminal possession of a controlled substance. Matt?